Hey guys, thank you so much for joining my webinar. Today, I'm going to talk about how to get hired in 90 days without applying online. I know it's crazy, but the whole job search market has changed. And based on my experience and based on what I've tried before as a job seeker, but also as a professional, I've created a system that works really well. More than 350 professionals have already tested it, and that changed their career and changed their life. I know that you have probably a lot of questions like why the job market is so hard right now, why am I being ignored, why companies are ghosting me, and probably questions like I don't understand why I don't get these job interviews the same as we used to have before, right? In this webinar, I'm going to try to give you all the answers. Quick presentation. My name is Frederic. I'm the founder of Talent FB. I've been a recruiter, talent acquisition for 15 years. I've also been a job seeker. I've been on every side of the spectrum, and I've set hiring strategies, salary, compensation structures, interview processes, onboarding new AI tools. I've influenced a lot of hiring managers on who are the best talent that they need to hire for their team. And the reason why I have created Talent FB is because I've noticed a big gap today in the market between the hiring companies and the talents. So the companies always want to acquire the best talent as possible, but pay them as low as possible, below the market rate. Okay, most companies do that. And then the talents on the other side, they want companies to recognize their skills, to pay them as high as possible, but they also want to keep their own work-life balance. They don't want to be too pressured. They don't want to have too much stress, etc., etc. So I'm here to decipher everything that is happening in the market at the moment. So we're going to decode and we're going to decipher all of that for you. In this webinar, I will share the key insights about the job search market, a quick introduction about myself, and then my top 3 secrets. And stay tuned because I'm pretty sure you never heard about these 3 secrets before. So there will be a lot of learning for you that you can immediately apply for your own career, for your own job search. And whether you're working or not, I will show you how I can help you to get a new job in less than 90 days or longer if you need, without applying for a job online, without sending any CV, without answering any job posted online. Okay. At the end of this webinar, you will have 2 choices. The first one is you can do it alone. Okay. You are smart. You are smart enough today to understand exactly what I'm going to present you here. So you can do it alone. It will probably take time. But if you want it to be faster with better results, we can go it together, and you're going to go an expert at your side. And yeah, basically these 2 choices, either alone, either we can do it together. So stay tuned until the end. There will also be 2 very important surprises and announcements. You don't want to miss that. Trust me, because it's going to be probably life-changing for you. And please use the chat for all your questions. Anything you want me to clarify or to answer at the end of this session. Okay, let's go. So what I'm going to share with you is not just for job seekers. It's also for senior professionals. I don't know if you guys are currently working or not, but if you are, do you really think you are safe? Because your employer can ask you to leave at any time. A lot of maybe some common friends that you have experienced that. They one day they receive an email in their inbox, and the employer or the HR thank them for the service and ask them to leave. But what if it happens? What is your plan? Are you going to start searching for a job from scratch? You're going to reach out to people in your network and ask them to help you without you giving anything back for them or first? Or maybe you're just going to do everybody else. You're going to apply to hundreds and hundreds of jobs, and you're just going to go home and pray for someone to reach out to you. I don't think it's the right approach. Now, imagine if you are consistently building your network with meaningful connections on LinkedIn. Imagine if you are creating posts and content every week or every month that attracts people getting curiosity from recruiters, potential hiring manager. Imagine if you receive job opportunities, sometimes on and off like that, while working at your company from time to time, and you just decline them because this is not the right moment for you, okay, or not maybe the right opportunity. It's way better to be in that position where you have opportunities coming to you, and you just take time to explore them, to assess if they're suitable for your career, and you just accept or not. But you are never going to go back to the market actively, okay? That would be amazing, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach you here. So if you're not visible on LinkedIn, then you are invisible, okay? Question in the chat, if you guys are okay, can you tell me if you are active on LinkedIn right now? If you do have a bit of visibility, if you like, if you comment, if you create posts, tell me in the chat right now, and then I will address that to you later on. But basically, if you're not on LinkedIn, you're definitely missing a huge opportunity here. I mentioned 80% of the job opportunities, and I will show you why I mentioned 80% later on. So one thing I want you to clarify, LinkedIn is not a job board like any other platform. It's a networking platform. It's for business and job opportunities, okay? There is more than 1 billion of people on LinkedIn right now, and there are around 300 million of active users monthly on LinkedIn. So your next opportunity for your career, it's already on LinkedIn. You just need to find the right person who's going to trust you and recognize your expertise to hire you, okay? It's not going to be on job boards. It's not going to be online. It's not going to be on Indeed or Google Jobs or Monster. Forget about that. It's different. Okay. I'm going to start by giving you some information about the job market reality. Since 2020, we had COVID, and the whole world went into total disruption. The job market disrupted totally. We increased the job mobility. A company asked us to stay working at home longer. There were more remote options, more flexibility, but also companies realized that they didn't need that many people or that many employees in the office. So it generated more layoffs. And because there are more layoffs, the companies managed to get more budget. They save budget. And instead of re-injecting this budget into acquiring more people, they actually chose to invest in technology. The global employment data showed that overall performance has decreased, but not dramatically, not like everybody was anticipating. So it encouraged companies to revise their business model, the strategies, and adapt to this new job search market. So basically what happened is the job market has evolved from a health issue. It became an economic solution for the hiring companies. And what does it mean basically for the hiring companies? So it means that they are more cautious right now. Okay, so there's been a shift from permanent long-term position into fixed and short-term contracts, which gives a lot of flexibility for companies to assess the performance of the employee. But also vice versa, it also gives enough time for the employee to check if the company is good enough for them. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, they also invested in tech instead of new headcounts. Okay, they also didn't want to advertise too many jobs online because it's costly, it takes time to prepare, it wastes time for the hiring process, etc. And they're not very sure about the quality or the future performance. They also relied more on internal mobility and referrals, and which is today the referrals I think is the highest success factor in terms of channel where a company hires someone. Referrals is always among the highest rates, success rates. And then today, quite often, hiring manager, they hunt by themselves on LinkedIn. Meaning that if you know how to use LinkedIn, if you know how to position yourself as an expert in your field, maybe you can connect with someone who will need someone like you in the team in the next 4 to 6 months. And that's a fantastic opportunity for you. I'm sure you can understand that these companies, they prefer to hire someone who has been transferred internally or referred by another team member because the person is probably a closer fit or match compared to the existing culture, instead of choosing to trust a total stranger that nobody knows. Okay, so senior professionals found and hired via an internal transfer or referral will always have a higher chance of success compared to someone who applied for a job and who no one knows. So what reassures the company are the number of data points that they can rely on when making this decision. And so what are these data points? These data points can be the past, the present, and the future. So how do you show to a company your value and what you can do for them in the future today? There's very little way of doing that. And most of people, usually they rely on their CV, like 90%. Then they show what they've done, the past achievement. They show maybe some of the recommendations they got from previous peers or maybe from their bosses. And during the interview, they perform well. So they go to the interview. Maybe they have technical interview as well to assess their technical skills. And they share their current salary or also their expectations of the salary. Okay, but apart from that, there's nothing else that can help a company to know what this person is going to deliver in terms of quality or performance in the next 6 months. Okay, you must understand that it's very hard for a hiring company to bet on one talent only when they keep receiving hundreds and hundreds of applications every day. Okay, they don't have time to review all these CVs. So if you are just waiting and by your corner and you wait for these people to reach out to you, obviously your chances are very low. But if you find a way to go out there, to show who you are, to show what you can do for these companies, then you increase your chances of success by 3, by 4, easy. What is your perceived value today in the market? Okay, there are 3 components that I find are very interesting. The first one is the money. Companies pay for value, okay? They pay for return on investment. They don't pay for loyalty. Your salary today is your price tag on your skills, your mindset, and your impact on the company, okay? It can be very subjective. Sometimes your contribution to the company is way higher than what the company is paying you. In that case, you are being shortchanged, and that's not great. Or sometimes a company can pay you really above the market rates, and you know inside of you that what you deliver is probably not worth the money you get, but you are very happy. You stay in the company, you take the money, you close your mouth, and that's all, okay? So you have different scenario on the money here. The second factor is the time. Your value is at the highest when you are in high demand and when you show potential, growth, and momentum. Waiting declines your perceived value, and loyal talents, they don't sell anymore today, okay? We will talk about that later, but if you think that staying in a company for a long time is actually something that's being seen as reassuring or stable for recruiters or hiring managers, that's a mistake. Nobody wants to hire someone who has been spent 8, 9, or 10 years in one company, because now, if they hire you, how long are you going to take now to unlearn and relearn new way of working, new processes, new tools, new platform, new people mentality, new culture? There's so much. So if you don't take the decision to accelerate your career, to trigger and provoke new job opportunity, to constantly evolve and grow into a better senior professional, rather than staying put and loyal at one company only, you're losing a lot of opportunities. And we will talk about that later in the presentation. The third one is the energy. Okay, the energy equal results, and results equal value. Low energy equal low to average effort equals to average opportunities. Promotions, raises, and referrals are always going to those who act with purpose and engagement. Okay, it makes sense. So the biggest difference between good and great is just the amount of effort, the amount of energy that you produce. The job search is broken. Not a lot of people have realized it. 90% of the talents are still using the same job search techniques that in 2002 or 2003. They don't use their LinkedIn profile. They are not going to the best platform. They are not connecting with professionals. They don't show that they're here. They're just patiently waiting that someone just pick up the phone and call them. It doesn't work anymore like that. 20 years ago, maybe, but not now. And on top of that, if you're not using AI, you are making a huge mistake. Today, 90% of people, they are spending 90% of talents are spending 90% of their time on job boards. Okay, LinkedIn jobs only. They don't do anything else on LinkedIn, just the jobs section, and then Google Jobs, and then Indeed, then Monster, and then any other job board. They apply for every job as possible. Okay, even if the seniority level is higher or lower, they feel that even if they know that they are overqualified or underqualified for a role, they will still send the CV because they are just hoping that the recruiter will think about them for upgrading or downgrading a role. It doesn't work like that, because each role has a specific budget, a specific need, and a specific objective for the rest of the team. Okay, if there are already too many senior, you are also senior, and you want to apply for a role. If the role is junior, they don't need a senior. They don't need another senior anymore. So you need to understand that. And then most people, they use what I call the spray and pray, which is a technique where they apply for a lot of jobs every day. They even use AI from time to time. And at the end of the day, they're just happy because they've applied to 100 plus jobs, but these jobs will never get any interview out of there. They use the same CV for all their job applications. They rely on luck and hope. They underestimate their LinkedIn account, etc., etc. So there's so many things, so many habits that a lot of people have right now. I don't know if you guys share the same, but if you can put also in the chat if there's anything else that you do, or maybe something that you have recognized yourself here, something that you've done and you're probably going to stop after me sharing more advice during this presentation. So I'm sure that some of you guys are probably frustrated, and same if you have any more frustration that you want to share or you want to show here. The more I got is I've spent hours searching for a new job, but it feels like the market is ignoring me. Or a few years ago, I used to receive a lot of invitations for interviews, but somehow nobody's calling me anymore. Or my skills and expertise doesn't feel appreciated or recognized. Or it's the first time in my career that I need to apply to 200 plus jobs to get 1 or 2 invitations for an interview only. If you have any more frustration or anything you don't understand that's happening in the market, use the chat as well, and I will discuss with you after that. On LinkedIn, you applied 180 jobs over 2 years and not a single response. Yes, I know. And I'm going to show you why you haven't got so many responses yet. So the hidden job market, okay, that's real. I don't know if you heard about it, guys, but how many times have you applied for the perfect job online and you received an email saying, oh, thank you, but no thanks, just after a couple of hours, right? It's probably frustrating. And it happened to me so many times. I'm sure it happened to some of you guys as well. But the reason is when you see a job online, okay, when the job is advertised online, since not too long ago, since the past 5-6 years, it's probably already too late. So what I recommend to the member in my community when I say don't apply for any job online is because I know the chances are so low and the companies already probably have an existing pipeline. Okay, before posting the role online, the company already checked internally within their current team. They already try to see if there's anyone who can do the job internally. They also ask the current employees to send referrals. They also ask recruiters or headhunters to do confidential search, to go and handpick people for the company. And they also ask the hiring manager to go on LinkedIn and to check among their network or connections if there's nobody that they know that can do the job. And that can be you, okay? If you are connected with this person at the right time and you do the right amount of work on LinkedIn to build your personal brand, that might be you. I really like this analogy of the iceberg because I really feel it's so true. I feel today there are 95% of people who are fighting for 20% of the visible part of the iceberg, which is the job market and all the jobs that are being advertised online, okay? 20% only. There are 80% of the jobs that are not active yet, that are in a preparation to be released and to be out there. Some of them will never be advertised at all, okay? 80% of the jobs today are being filled via headhunter, networking, referrals, private groups, or through industry events where people connect with each other. So if you don't do that, you are missing a huge opportunity, huge chances to get your next job, okay? Only 5% are actually focusing on the 80% of the hidden job market right now. I want to teach you how to be among these 5%. Okay, that's the rest of the presentation. Your job today is to become visible. But you become visible for the people, for the ones who are under the water, to see you and to reach out to you in order to offer some job opportunities. Let me tell you about my story a little bit. When I came in Singapore, for me, it was in 2011. I loved the city. I fell in love instantly. Singapore is such an agile country, very smart, tech-friendly, safe, constantly evolving, successful, all adjectives for this amazing country. And I wanted to be at the same image as Singapore. I had a master's degree. I also had a couple of years of experience internationally. I had a lot of positivity. I thought I was lucky, but very fast I realized that actually I was wrong. I had no friends, no connection. I didn't know how to build my network. I didn't know, my English was also below average. And of course, I didn't have any job interview and no job back then. I felt invisible, exactly like in this market right now. And despite all my experience, I thought I could make something out of it, but I was very disappointed. And to make things work, things worse, I was losing money on the table because I wanted to survive in Singapore, but you guys might know the cost of Singapore is very high. I was also frustrated, and I was watching other people getting interviews, but not me. And I lost so much confidence in myself, and I was very ready to give up my dream and go back to France. But something happened, and it changed my life forever. Basically, I met a friend. She really believed in me. She thought that something can be done. So she fixed my CV, my cover letter, my job interviews, also a lot of preparations for the little bit that I managed to get. But more importantly, she told me, Fred, what you need to do is to tell your story, show your value, and be more confident about what you can bring to this company. Okay? So she told me you need to be more visible because these people online needs to be convinced about the value that you can bring to them. Okay? So once I understood that, everything changed. So I stopped applying for every job. I stopped using the same CV. I stopped hoping for interviews. I stopped ignoring my LinkedIn profile. I stopped going to interviews and prepared, and I stopped not following up. I created a new system, a new strategy. Now I decided to position myself as a solution, not as a candidate. I applied smarter for jobs, not harder. I follow up with a lot more engagement. Okay, a lot of emails and follow up on LinkedIn to remind these people that I'm here and I can do fantastic work for them. And I also created daily systems and strategies that allowed me to go way faster. Suddenly, I started to receive a lot of job invitations, and within 4 weeks after that, I got my first job offer in Singapore. So I thought I was the happiest man in the world, but that friend, she offered me much more than just a job. She actually offered me a beautiful family. She became my wife, and from that point, I was indeed the luckiest and happiest man on earth. So she really believed in me. I accepted gladly her expertise and her help. She didn't come from my background, but she came from a psychological background, and she knows how to read people very well. The way that she asked me to position myself, be more confident, and really be more visible using LinkedIn and stop doing like everybody else, really changed my life and changed my career. Okay, so if you have the right system, that can definitely change your life and your career, and I'm gonna do that for you. Okay, that's my turn to change your career and your life. I bring 15 years of expertise in recruitment, globally in tech, but everywhere in the world. I've helped so many senior professionals, and I'm connected with more than 35,000 senior professionals online. I love doing introduction. If you're telling me that you're looking for a job at this company, I probably already know someone there, and I can make a referral for you. So that's my turn to pass now this new strategy to whoever needs to hear and needs to apply for their own career. Now, I want to share with you my 3 secrets, okay? I hope you're ready, because that will give you an instant edge and will accelerate your job search tremendously. You don't need to spend hours applying for jobs online, okay? Because we already saw that it's not working anymore. What you need to do, you need to apply for jobs that will, you don't need to apply for jobs, because if you do, that will make you feel invisible, okay? That will make you feel ghosted and ignored and not being recognized for your skills. Because think about it, if you apply for a job, you're just one CV out of a pile of 100. Nobody has time today to look at 100 CVs, not even HR or recruiters. Usually they only stop at the first 20, 30 best candidates in the pile, and that's about it. But instead, if you are on LinkedIn and you are using engagement techniques like the one I show to all my members in my coaching program, every comment, every post, every DM, every new connection is a signal to the LinkedIn algorithm that says, please show my profile to more recruiters and hiring managers, because I want to be recognized as an expert in my field. Okay, if you do that, your LinkedIn algorithm is going to push your profile and is going to link to whoever wants to build a strong connection with you, or if you match in terms of industry, company, expertise, skills, etc. And you don't need to do it for hours and hours, just 20 or 30 minutes a day. You can be seen by 10 times more decision makers than 200 applications online. Okay, remember that, 20 to 30 minutes only. If you do a bit of LinkedIn engagement, you like, you comment, you DM, you connect, you add more connections. If you do that, you are going to be seen by 10 times more hiring managers and recruiters as compared to spending maybe 1 or 2 hours applying for hundreds and hundreds of jobs. I'm sure you're going to tell me, yeah, Fred, I know it seems like a lot of work. I don't have time for this. Okay, again, it's just 30 minutes a day. It's all about consistency. It's not about you do it once and then you finish and you ignore. And it doesn't have to be perfect as well, okay? The goal here is not to become an influencer. The goal is to become visible to the right people. For example, one of my clients, Alex, he only commented twice a week at first, okay? But within 10 days, there was this VP of finance who liked one of his comments and he invited him for a casual chat and they went for an official interview. Okay, you don't need to go viral. Don't think about the best comment or the best post. You just need to add your own perspective, your own vision, your opinion. Okay, you need to be visible to the right pair of eyes. If you're telling me, Fred, I don't want to disturb people, okay, I understand this because I also felt the same at the beginning. I didn't want to reach out to people and ask them something because I felt like I was disturbing them. But think about it now. You are offering value and you are offering free help based on your expertise. Okay, maybe you have done something in the past that will be super, super useful for them. But you need to do your research. You need to understand who they are, what they've done, what's the current challenge, and what they're going through, and ask any AI or system to build a USP, a unique selling point, to position yourself as a solution for them. Okay? I know it sounds a bit technical or a bit difficult, but I will share with you more information later on. And if you want to do that together, I can teach you how to do it. It's very simple eventually. Everyone loves a bit of attention. Okay? That's how you start conversation, but you don't start sales pitches. If you think that you're going to disturb someone, think about it. If you open a discussion with someone and you say, hey, I know you have this problem, but I also faced a similar problem before and I might have an idea or something for you. Do you want to hear about it? Who would be stupid enough to say no? If it's curious, if it's valuable enough, if it's strong, obviously everybody will want to hear about you. Now, another person last time told me, Fred, if I do that, I will look too desperate and people will probably judge me like I'm looking for a job or I don't know, having these negative thoughts or negative judgments about yourself. But honestly, why do you care? Because what's more important to you right now? Is it their judgment or is it your career? Okay. People who judge you are the people who are scared of acting and doing it by themselves. So when they see you doing it, they might probably admire you at some point and they will feel like, oh, wow, this person is doing and I should probably do the same. Let me tell you something. Desperate people chase, but visible people and valuable people attract. So if you have the right angle, if you have the right amount of research, if you have the right positioning, together, we can attract the best people who are going to offer you the best job opportunity for your career. And then if you're telling me, Fred, how do I find the right inspiration for the content? That's what I'm going to teach you here. You need to use my 3C system. So the first C is content, second C is chat, third C is conversion. It's a bit small, but I can read it for you. Content is about your LinkedIn profile, your CV, cover letter, the post, and the articles on LinkedIn. The chats are about the outreach emails, the LinkedIn direct messages, the networking messages, and the strategic comments. And conversations are the networking calls, the job interviews, and the salary negotiations. Okay, it's a circle. Okay, the 3C, they connect with each other. In the module 5 of my coaching program, you will discover this very powerful system that will get you interviews in no time, informal or official interviews. The content, for example, the more you produce content online, the more you are being seen as an expert in your field. Okay, together we will choose a couple of pillars of content. Okay, for our strategy, it can be education, it can be information, it can be motivation, case studies, entertainment, anything. And you can choose your format as well. So you can do via carousel, just plain text, you can do video, etc., etc. So we can choose different formats, different pace, the frequency as well, your calendar. We can do all of that together. But the more frequent you are appearing in the feed of other professionals, the faster they will recognize you as an authority on your space and they will follow you for more content. Because if you position your content in a smart way, they will like what you write. They will like what you created online and they will probably engage with you. They will resonate with what you have to share. And when that comes, the chats. So either they're going to start chatting with you first or you can start chatting with them. If you see that someone has engaged with your past content a few times, you can reach out to them and say, hey, I saw your comment. I really like I thank you so much for the support. That can be a very strong and powerful first introduction as a chat. The second person is probably going to reply to you, maybe not instantly, but after a while. Hey, thank you, Fred. No problem at all. I really like your content. I've been following you for a while. And what you said last time with the story really resonated with me. It's great to continue reading about you. Okay. This is how you build meaningful connections. And then from there, you need to start adding value and solve a problem and ask more specific questions about what they're going through. Okay. And if that's the right time, this person will probably offer you to go out for a coffee or maybe for a quick chat. And from there, who knows? Maybe there's a job that is in preparation. Maybe there's a new headcount that the management is thinking about it. And if you're just there at the right time with the right person for the right opportunity, this is how you're going to get a job. Okay. So I know that for this first secret, early stage, the 3C system and the LinkedIn engagement, that can be intimidating. Okay. I understand that. But if you are, whether you're feeling confident or not, you can delegate this part to myself or to my virtual assistant. I work with a team where if we work together, you delegate the whole piece to them, and they will do that on your behalf every day, and obviously on a weekly basis and on a daily basis. You confirm and you approve all the content, and we can do all this work for you. Now, for the secret number 2, this is the power of positioning. Okay, positioning here, I'm talking about your brand, but also you as a professional. You need to stop being just a candidate, but you need to start positioning yourself as a solution or a problem solver that any company would want in their team. Remember, 80% of the jobs are under the water. Remember the iceberg picture? And all these 80% are being ignored by most of the job seekers in the market. So if you are positioning yourself into these 5% of them who network smart, they build connection, they engage on LinkedIn, they stop doing like everybody else, and they lead with value and they share value, this is the perfect angle and the perfect opportunity for you to make yourself visible, to show your expertise, and to attract other people to reach out to you. And how you can do that? By building your presence online. So LinkedIn is obviously the best platform to do it, but you can also build a blog. You can build a mini website, just one page only. If you are an artist, you can have your profile on Behance or ArtStation. If you are a designer, you can build your profile on Dribbble. If you are an engineer or somebody tech or software engineer, you can go on GitHub or Stack Overflow, etc., etc. So there's a lot of web platform that you can build your online presence. And another thing I wanted to share with you, the principle of reciprocity. This is very powerful because the more you give, the more you receive. Okay, it's as simple as that. And if you haven't tried it yet, you can't appreciate or understand how powerful it is. If you want someone to help you, try to help the person first. Okay. At one point, if you are helping the person to solve a problem they have, they will help you back at some point. Okay. And he could be a peer, he could be your next colleague, he could be your future boss, he can also be the CEO of a company. Okay. So how do you help people online? Quite simple, but you need to think about it. You need to build systems. First, you need to do some research about the company that you want to target. Second, you need to analyze what could be your unique selling point and understand what you can offer to them. Okay, what you have to offer to them in terms of unique selling point. Third, position yourself as a solution, not as a candidate. Don't reach out to them saying, hey, I'm looking for a job and I know I can do this for you. No, just say, hey, how are you? I really love what you guys are building. Continue. Great job. By the way, I've also noticed and I've read somewhere that you guys are going through this challenge. I would love to jump on a quick call with someone because I fixed this problem before with one of the strategy that I have implemented, me and my team, and we got fantastic results. I'd love to get the opportunity to discuss with someone if you would be interested in hearing what I have to share with you. And obviously it's free. What do you think about that? If you reach out to someone and you say exactly what I just said right now, who would be stupid enough to say no? I hope no one. I'm not sure, but I hope no one. So what the response rate after sending free help via messages or email, on LinkedIn or email, it's less than 2% if you have not done any engagement before, if you are not warmed them up on LinkedIn for them to know that you exist, okay? But if you do that, if you reach out to them on LinkedIn a couple of days before, if you like some of their posts, if you comment, if you share, if they know that you exist, if you have a good profile, as soon as you send them free help and you start messaging them, your response rate skyrockets until up to 30 or 35%. Okay, you just need to do 1 week or 2 weeks of engagement on LinkedIn before you start sending them a message, because if you do it out of the blue, very low response rate. Now, I know that you have questions like, Fred, how difficult it is to do it? How long does it take usually per company? What kind of research level? How do I find my USP, etc., etc.? So you need to use AI to do most of the job for you, okay? And that's my secret number 3. You would be crazy enough to not use AI to accelerate your job search or to find your next job opportunities. I know that most of us are using some LLMs like Claude or ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, etc., okay? So you need to create daily routines with systems, and you need to enhance all of that with AI. And if you do that, you're going to increase your chances to get ahead of the competition in this job market. In my coaching program, I will give you access to my own custom GPT. You will also have access to other AI platforms like Carryflow.ai, Gamma.app, Rezi.io, and many other AI platforms that's going to tremendously accelerate your results. Gaia GPT, I gave her the name after one of my members. She told me she's okay if I can borrow her name, but I really like Gaia. Means something that starts nature, something from scratch, something that starts small and then grow big. She has been trained for more than 10,000 hours on topics like job search strategies, career clarity, CV building, LinkedIn profile optimization, marketing, sales, copywriting, etc., etc. And the best is that she will always be available for you 24/7 if you decide to embark in this program. Why using AI? Because AI cuts everything by half. AI can tailor your CV and reduce your application prep time by up to 80%. It can also help you to optimize your LinkedIn and increase your profile view by two or three. AI also can help you to build network sequences, the emails that will increase your response rate by 30 or 35%. They can also help you to prepare for job interviews. They can also help you to negotiate the best job offer by getting you a salary that is 1.5x or 2x your current salary right now. Talent FB is one of the only career coaching programs in the market today that fully embrace AI with human, meaning me and the rest of my team. You will learn how to use new skills, you will learn new competencies, and you will know how to use AI tools, platforms that you never used before. And the skills that you're going to acquire by working with me in this program, that's something that you will be able to use for the rest of your life, the rest of your career. These new skills will help you to remain competitive in the employment market. That will impress, no doubt about it, any recruiter or any hiring manager. And you will learn these skills for many years to come and not just for the next job. So by system, daily activities or daily routine, okay? You need to build your routine and your activities every day. This is so critical. Question for the chat. For your job search right now, tell me if you have a proper routine, or if you have time slots in the morning to look at the new jobs, or if you have any time slot in the afternoon to work on your CV, etc. How do you usually search for a new job? Do you have any proper system or routine? I'm pretty sure the response is going to be not necessarily, but I invite you guys to really build one or two, because it makes a huge difference. If you do have a system, other people will not have any system, okay? So if you do have one, you definitely go way above the competition. And whether you're working or not, honestly, you must want to build your personal and professional brand on LinkedIn, because if you are not on LinkedIn, like I mentioned, you are missing so many opportunities. Today, these 3 secrets that I just shared with you. Number 1 is the LinkedIn engagement, is the new job application. Secret number 2 is the power of positioning. And secret number 3 is AI plus systems, okay? These 3 secrets or these 3 strategies have been a massive game changers for hundreds and hundreds of professionals. So it's not just for them, it's also for you. It can help so many people in the market right now, okay? If you are feeling invisible in the job market today, it's because you don't stand enough, or you don't have your brand online or LinkedIn, okay? If you want to ask me, okay, Fred, but how do I stand out on LinkedIn? Then I will tell you, you need to start positioning yourself as a solution and not as a problem, as a solution and as a problem solver and not as a candidate. Don't show that you are desperate for a job. Show that you care about someone, about a company, and you want to help them solve their problem first. Principle of reciprocity. If you do that for someone, at some point, karma is going to get back to you. And then the last one is, okay, Fred, but how do I position myself as a problem solver in the market today? My answer is by using AI and by building systems. Okay, these 3 secrets are really linked with each other. Okay, I repeat again: LinkedIn engagement, power of positioning, and AI and system for faster results. Let me share with you some of the senior professionals who stopped asking themselves millions of questions and they start doing things because they wanted to take back control of their career. And they understood that job search or a job is not just a matter of luck, it's a matter of system and routine. So the power of positioning. Marianne, she's a senior software engineer. She's been hired by IBM after she joined my program. At the beginning, she felt invisible. She was tired of being ignored. And when I reached out to her, I gave her so much attention. She was really happy. I showed her how to do the same for other people on LinkedIn. And she managed to get a new job opportunity by someone who reached out to her directly on LinkedIn. It's not just, she didn't know how to do that. And in just a couple of weeks, she's suddenly managed to create a strong and trusted image and brand about herself that one of the recruiters at IBM really liked. And then there was Sam, she's a finance manager at Agoda. Okay, for 6 months, just nothing. Okay, 6 months of failure, but that was transformed into 6 weeks of success. I thought at first she didn't know that, she didn't understand AI. She thought AI was too difficult for her, too technical. But at the same time, she knew she had no plan B. And she knew that if she's not learning about AI right now, she's going to miss a huge competitive advantage compared to anybody else. I hope you understand AI is the future. AI is actually the present. And you must embrace this wave of AI, because if you don't, there's no scenario that you want, okay? You have to. It's just a matter of the pace and how fast you will be to learn all this AI, and how you need to understand that AI is not there to replace you and to take your job, okay? AI is there to help you become better at what you do. It's like an enhancement. So you need to learn how to use AI. And Sam did it perfectly well. And in less than a couple of weeks only, she managed to get a job, and they offered her 55% salary raise. That was just insane. The power of content with Philippe, senior operation manager. He's working at a Delivery Hero right now. He was working in a very small catering business for schools, I remember. And the business was not going well, so they asked him to leave. But at the same time, he saw me on LinkedIn. He saw my post. He chatted with me. He liked, he commented, and I really like his vision. So I reached out to him and I say, hey, why don't we jump on a chat and I might have something for you. So he was convinced. He onboarded on my program, and I was teaching him to use the 3C system. That's exactly what he did to me without knowing it. He engaged with me. He liked my post. He commented. He shared. And then he reached out to me via DMs. So I told him, everything you've done for me, now you need to do for so other people. And this is how you're going to get your new job opportunity. And this is what he did. And in less than 6 weeks, he signed an offer with 32% salary increase. And then so we have more people as well with a lot of success stories. Brian has been working for a high-tech consulting firm in Singapore. He needed help with his interview preparation. We also have Bruce. He's a CMO in the Web 3.0 company in Europe. He needed my help to work on his CV and his LinkedIn rebranding. That was amazing. Suddenly, he got so many followers and so many visibility on anything he was sharing on LinkedIn. And then Catherine, she's an amazing sales leader, 25 years in a telco US firm. She wanted to get closer to her daughter who was studying in Sydney, and we worked on an internal transfer, and she managed to get a very sweet salary package renegotiation from Singapore to Australia. Isabella, she's a director of product in a fintech company now based in New York. We did all the interviews, but until the last one, suddenly they started to ghost her. So what we did is we created a very strong presentation for the company, and we shared that not with the HR, not with the hiring manager, but with the CEO directly. Okay, we reached out to the CEO on LinkedIn, and Isa said, "Hey, hi, Mr. I don't remember the name. We finished the interview. It's been 3 weeks right now. I thought everything went well. It's just that now it's radio silence. Not sure what's happening, but I wanted to share with you something that I've done for you. Hope you're gonna like it." And I think a couple of days after, the recruiter apologized, reached out to Isabella and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry. We didn't tell you, but we had a massive problem internally, blah, blah, blah." It was probably an excuse. But they get back to her and they offer her the job with a 15% hike. And Sid, he's an amazing marine officer, 20 years of expertise at sea. He wanted to find a new job in Singapore. He needed a sponsor for an EP. And we managed to share so much value to a company that they had no problem to apply for another EP. And at the end of the day, he got this great job offer. He was just in the market for, I think, 2 weeks only. So it was really fast transition for him. But all these people are not unique. Okay, if you say, yeah, but these people are special, maybe they come from a different background or something. No, let me tell you, they are like everybody else. Okay, they are just like you, professional, very good, skilled, and talented. They were looking for answers. Okay, and I was there to give them all the answers they needed. I've done this for more than 15 years. Okay, I've been on the side where I was looking for a job, and I was also on the side where I prepared everything to look for the best talent for my companies. So today, I know success is not going to be easy. Okay, I'm going to push you. I'm going to make you accountable for results. I want you to win because we are going to win together. Okay, it's a two-way street. I'm not a magician with a magical wand. I will need you to do most of the job. Okay, you need to be fully convinced that this is the right way of getting new job opportunity, not doing like everybody else, but trying a different approach, something more creative, based on value, using AI and systems with the help and the support of an expert of 15 years behind you. Okay, I like to call myself a locksmith, meaning I got all the keys for you. The only job you have to do now is to push the door with the right key. Okay, let me share with you now a bit of my program because I think it's very important for you to understand how it's going to work. You're going to start by some video to watch. There's roughly 15 hours of online recorded video in the platform. I'm using School at the moment. I will probably change in the future, but I haven't decided yet. There are 5 parts in total, and there's also a bonus. Okay, each part will give you access to the library with ebooks, articles, spreadsheets, trackers, checklists, prompts, etc. So there will be a lot of documents in the library that you will have access. This is how the program looks like. So the first layer on top is the orange, yellow boxes. Here, this is the online course. Okay, module 1 is all about your career positioning. What you want to do exactly, what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing right now, and what you want to do. Okay, we are going to talk about your past achievements. We're going to talk about your professional values, but also your personal value, your desire, your favorite work environment, etc. Once this part 1 is done, you will have some assignments to do. And here you need to have your own audit. You need to make your own analysis of your career, and you're not going to do it alone. Obviously, we're going to do it together. We're going to use AI to do that for us as well. Once it's done, and we have the real career plan, okay, that's the clarification. It's so important that you know your direction now for your career, okay? Once everything is clear, you can validate that and you can go to part 2. Part 2 is going to be about your storytelling, your CV, your LinkedIn, and your cover letter. The part 2 is, again, a work that you need to do internally because you need to understand a bit of rebranding here, but you need to prepare the rebranding. Now it's the positioning of you as a solution and not you as a candidate. We will make an assignment as well where you need to build a new version of your CV, and I will tell you how to position it using AI and adding some AI link and functionality in it as well. We're going to write the cover letter, and you are going to, and I will also assign my virtual assistant to rebrand your LinkedIn fully. Okay, that's part of the package and that's part of the program. Now, starting from the module 3, this is where we start the activation of your LinkedIn engagement and job search strategy and the reach out follow-up strategy as well in terms of outreach. Okay, who to message, when, how, etc. Module 3 will basically be more about your job search tracker. Okay, the organization, who you want to target, what are the top priorities in terms of companies, maybe some industries, maybe location, etc. Module number 4 is going to be about your value proposition. Value proposition is a strategy deck where you show someone that you understand their struggle and you bring a solution for them. Okay, this is not part of any interview process. This is, you build this genuinely for someone. And again, you're not going to spend hours here. You can do a very strong value proposition for one company in less than 20 minutes. And I will show you exactly how to build that if we work together using AI tools and platforms. But trust me, guys, you are not, the more research you do on company, don't think that you're gonna waste time and you're gonna lose time. That's not true. Today with AI and systems, you can accelerate your job search and you can accelerate your reach out to anyone that you want to get their attention. Module 5, this is going to be your 3C content. So the full LinkedIn engagement, okay? This one is not something that you need to do out of 1 month only or 2 months. This is a continuous work that you need to get the habit now to go back on LinkedIn, maybe every day, maybe every week, maybe every month, but you need to start building your brand online. This is so important, okay? I will always fight and I will always be a very strong ambassador on building your brand on LinkedIn, because you need to show the rest of the world that you are an expert at what you do. And if you want to attract the recruiters and hiring managers to you, for them to offer you the best job opportunities, then you need to do that. If you stay in your corner and you don't do anything, you only have a LinkedIn profile, but if you don't show to the world who you are and what type of problem you like to solve and what skills do you have, no one will reach out to you. You need to make noise, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do that in the module 5. Module 6 is, once you do that and you get the discussions, coffee chats, official interview or non-official interview, just chit chats, there's a way of acing them and making sure that you become successful and you turn yourself into a valuable asset to whoever is listening to you. I'm going to share with you all my tips to ace any job discussion. Module 7 is when you have a job offer. And here I'm going to share with you all my experience that I've got when I built the salary grid and all the salary philosophy with the data and how we decided on who deserves a higher salary than another one internally, okay? Because I have all this knowledge coming from HR and helping a hiring manager on the decision on hiring the best team, the best talent for the team. And then after that, there's a bonus. This is for career transition, people who want to change industry, or maybe someone who has been working in marketing, but now they want to change and they want to be more sales or customer support. There's also a lot of content on the bonus that you can look, and that will give you a lot of ideas. 95% of the members who succeeded, they all have 3 things in common. The first is they all wanted more from life, okay? Not just money, but they wanted a peace of mind, they wanted purpose, they wanted freedom. The second, they took action, okay? They were ready to do what was needed for them. Even on tough days, even sometimes when you doubt about yourself, you ask millions of questions, you don't need to fear, okay? Don't let fear win on you. You need to know that you have to do something. So make yourself confident enough that you need to take action and you need to start doing things rather than just thinking, what if, and always looking for perfection, okay? Action will always beat perfection. And the third one is they believe that they deserve more, okay? Sometimes you can be paid below market rate. Sometimes you feel like you deserve more. You feel like you're not in the right team, you're not at the right level of seniority, you're not in the right company. You can be useful, you're worth more, but if you need to believe that in yourself first, because if you don't, nobody else will, okay? I'm sure you've been in the situation where you were just hoping that your boss give you a promotion or give you a salary raise because they understood your value and they wanted to reward you, recognize this, but if you don't ask, you will not get, okay? So that's something that was very important in the success of this 95% of people who succeeded in this program. So now let me share with you a quick comparison of, so I know that there's my picture here, but you will get the slides later on by emails anyway, so don't worry about that. I wanted to share with you this comparison between now and in 90 days, based on the program and based on what I want to bring to you guys. Today, if you feel invisible, maybe in 90 days, you will have inquiries from recruiters and hiring managers. Today, if you are sending hundreds of CVs, but you're feeling ignored, maybe in 90 days, you will receive 1 or 2 job offers. That's the main goal. If you doubt on your skills and your competencies right now, you're going to learn so many new skills working with me. Your mindset will be more positive, and we're going to go into a career direction that will be aligned with your personal and professional values. If you don't have a clear system or strategy right now, I can share with you a precise action plan with daily routines that will give you instant success. If you do not have any inspiration to create content, or if you don't dare, or if you don't know how to do that, we will do it together. You will create value and impact for any company, and they will recognize your expertise. And if you don't have any job interviews right now, in 90 days, I assure you and I guarantee you, you will have a few job opportunities to choose from. So now you know my proven strategy, okay? I really hope you appreciate all the value and the precious tips that I shared with you so far. You can use the chats if you want to share some feedback. So if you like it, or something is missing, if you find something useful that you can start immediately apply on your LinkedIn, that will be awesome. Now you have 2 choices. First one is, thanks, Fred, I can do it alone, okay? And obviously you've been there in this webinar. The question is not if, because I know that eventually you're gonna get a job. The question is when, okay? For example, if you wanna buy a house, of course you can do it yourself. it will probably take 6 months, 12 months, right? And you're going to make some mistakes along the way. You're probably going to waste money as well because you're going to use different tools or different platforms, etc. But if you want to have faster results, and if you want to make sure that you have the best house for your family, for everybody to be happier and to have this peace of mind, you go straight away to a property agent, to an expert, okay? You will need to hire this person, so it's not a free service, it's a paid service, but at least he will be able to give you a dream house in the next 2 to 3 months maximum. Same for my friend, Annie. Annie, she wanted to buy the wedding gown of her dream, okay? She was preparing for her wedding in about 4 months. She wanted to lose weight before her wedding, okay? A lot of weight. She wanted to lose around 10 to 15 kg to afford getting inside the wedding gown of her dreams. Of course, she could have done it herself, but the wedding was in 4 months, okay? So there was no time to wait. What she did is she hired a personal gym trainer, okay, an expert, and he managed to help her lose the 15 kg in 4 months instead of 1 year if she would have done it by herself at her own pace and maybe making mistakes on the type of ingredients, the frequency, the exercises at the gym, etc. She looked amazing in her new wedding dress, and that was a spectacular transformation. And that's the same type of transformation that I want to share with you guys. If we are going together, you're going to find results and you're going to transform the whole way of getting job opportunities by doing things that you've never done before. Okay? If you do things like everybody else and you continue doing it and it gives you 0 results, that's almost the definition of insanity. You need to start exploring new way of doing things. And I found something that is working really well for more than hundreds and hundreds of professionals. And I would love to give you the same transformation. So by doing this together, let me show you what you're going to get. Okay? You're going to get a proven strategy. You're going to get so many key insights on the job market and any recruitment process. You're going to have a career clarity and a positive mindset. You're going to learn how to use AI for your transformation process. You're going to have private access to my WhatsApp. And you're going to have a stronger confidence in your capability and me as an expert and ally by your side. You're also going to get exclusive bonuses. 6 months of coaching. You're going to have access to my Gaia GPT. She's my custom agent. There will be weekly one-on-one private coaching. You will have access to all the templates, script, playbooks, prompts, etc. You will have access to all the community members. You will also have the 15 hours of video on demand and the masterclass Land Your Dream Job, your LinkedIn profile optimization and makeover. All the video session will be recorded and put directly into the library. There will be strategic introductions and referrals by myself out of my networks of more than 35,000 connections of hiring managers and senior professionals and executives around the world, not just in Singapore, but everywhere in the world. You will have access to my value proposition deck and the templates. You will also see the AI job search toolkits, and you will have access to my job interview bank with the top 50 best questions that you need to ask for every interview, with the suggested answers as well. On top of that, you're also going to learn a lot of skills. You're going to learn how to build an online presence. You will also learn how to build your LinkedIn personal brand, how to build a high-performing CV, how to build a great and impactful value proposition deck, smart and networking techniques, how to reach strategies, like how to write emails and how to write direct messages to people, how to ace any job interviews, and also how to negotiate the best job offer for your dream job. Okay? You will also have the career positioning, mindset performance, sales and marketing skills. So many skills that you will not just learn now for your next job, but you will learn that for many years to come. And if you decide to embark in this journey together, you can choose out of 3 plans. The first one is the plan alone done by you, meaning it's just the online course. There will be 2 hours of private one-on-one coaching session, but eventually it's all managed by you at your own pace. So this is perfect for people who are not in a hurry, not in a rush, and they want to take their time. The plan number 2, this is the plan that is being done together. Using AI as an accelerator for your career. This is perfect for the active professionals who are thinking of looking for a job in about 1, 2, or 3 months. You need to start getting the best routines, systems, and start building the best habits on LinkedIn. And we can do that together. You will have access to the video, like the plan number 1. But on top of that, you have the one-on-one coaching session with me. You have access to the group coaching with all the members inside the community. And I will also give you my network of 35,000 people in the world where I can introduce you as a strong talent for an immediate discussion and immediate coffee. You will also have access to my Gaia GPT 24/7 for AI support. And the last one, this is the plan done for you, meaning that I'm going to take care of everything for you, okay? If you decide to work on your LinkedIn branding and you feel like you want to build your network online, this is perfect for senior professionals who might not need a new job right now, but probably thinking about 6 months from now, maybe 1 year, okay? You need to start building your authority, your trust, and your expertise online. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, everything else is included, okay? So the online course, plus all the coaching, plus introductions, etc. But at your own pace, you will have a virtual assistant from my team that's going to assign to you every week and we will manage your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so we will optimize your profile. We will give you the weekly reports. We will add new connections. We will create the list of the people we want to follow, etc., etc. So the whole content piece on LinkedIn plus the messaging, everything is going to be managed by us. So you can just sit back and relax. And every Friday afternoon, we give you the reports and we jump on a call and we tell you exactly what happened during last week. So because we are in this webinar, I want to include 2 exclusive offers here, okay? But it will expire in the next 7 days. If you guys are serious about your career right now, I'm inviting you to really consider these 2 exclusive offers because that can be an amazing game changer. The first one is, whatever the price you want to choose for the 3 plans, you will have instant 30% off, okay? It's not just 10 or 20%, it's 30% off, 1/3 of the price almost. It's really an attractive offer that basically I won't be able to offer that to too many people. So only the first people who reach out to me via a call and they say that they want to embark in this program for the first 7 days will have access to this 30% off. The second offer is a guarantee, okay? Free coaching until you get hired. I don't know where's the risk here. You need to tell me, maybe on the chat or later on. But if you start with me, we will finish together, okay? Until you get a job offer signed, I will not let you go. If you embark in my program, don't think that after 3 months or 6 months, it's over and it's finished, okay? I will always be with you until you find a job. And even if it doesn't take 90 days or more than that, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to let you go. You're going to stay in the program forever. But this is the contingency here is only you need to sign up for any of the 3 plans for the next 7 days. They are limited seats. I won't be able to work with everybody. At the moment, there's only me and my 2 virtual assistants, plus my Gaia custom AI GPT, but she's just a custom real person. We are only 3 at the moment, but there will be more. I'm going to hire more coach, and we will probably grow by next year. But for now, limited space, guys. So only limited to the 21st person who reach out to me. I'm also going to make sure that we are a good fit to work together, okay? I can't work with everyone. There will be a selection process. You will need to apply for the coaching program. And if I think that you are the right fit for this program, or if you think that I'm the right coach for you, then we can go ahead, all right? Later, there will be a QR code and you can book your call from there. But I want to help you to transform your career, but you have to be serious, committed, and motivated. This is the QR code, guys. Flash the QR if you want to book your audit call right now. Like I said, this will be open only to the first 20 people. I'm not gonna open it to too many because, like I said, I'm alone at the moment. And I really want to make sure that I will have enough time to spend with you and to help you succeed in a shorter period of time. There will be I will put the QR code later on another at the end of the presentation as well, if you didn't have time to scan right now. Okay, I continue. You might be thinking, Fred, I've already tried that. I've already tried career coaching, but it didn't work for me. So when I asked the question why, and I discovered that 70% of them never finished their online course, they got demotivated and life goes on. When you start something, you pay, even if you pay and you engage and you committed, after sometimes your energy level probably go down. And I know it's a common thing. If you do something by yourself and you don't have anybody to commit for you, to push you, to be on your back and to make you accountable for results, it's very hard to stay motivated. But here's gonna be different. If you take the coaching with me, I will make sure 100% that every week your homework is being done, you've done the assignment, you reach out to the right person on LinkedIn. I will make you accountable for results because your results is my results. Okay, I want you to give me a positive feedback at the end of your program saying, hey, thank you so much, Fred. Thanks to you, I managed to transform my career and my life. Another feedback can be, I don't feel comfortable selling myself, but here there's a misunderstanding, okay? Not in a bad way. You're not communicating about you selling something. You are saying that you can bring value and you can solve a problem to a company. So it's not about how great you are. It's about connecting your skills to their needs in a very clear and authentic way. The last one is, it's too risky to spend money on this without any guaranteed results. Then obviously nothing in life is guaranteed 100%. Even when you build a house, how can you make sure that your house will stay put exactly in the same condition for the next 50 years? You can't guarantee that. I can show you a way, but you have to show up to the job interviews and you have to be good to get the job offer. Okay? I can't control the outcome, but I can control the process. Your actions and the proven system that consistently deliver interview and offer for my clients. Okay, and these people, they stopped wasting time. I have a few more testimonials that I wanted to share with you. Sophie, she was really tied up with money and she lost her confidence, but her motivation was really strong to find a new job. So she knew that was the right decision to embark in the program. And then Daniel wanted the VIP option, but he was so busy at home and at work. And eventually we found a solution together that fitted his needs. If you need some arrangement in terms of payment terms and flexibility, obviously I'm super open about it. Aisha, she's a director of customer experience in Dubai. She had a lot of difficult relationship with her parents before. And when she lost her job, she was really ashamed. She didn't want to be honest about that. And that was a really tough situation for her. But she needed to regain confidence in herself. and she wanted to prove them that she can get back on her feet in no time. And that's exactly what she did with my support and my help. And then we have Dinesh. That's not the name here, but Dinesh, he's an expert director of products based in Singapore. He had bad experiences before with other very bad coach. So that's why he was very hesitating in embarking with me. We went out for a cup of coffee and he got reassured. He liked my style. He loved the fact that I shift the whole market upside down. I don't do like everybody else. I'm very different from a typical type of coach, by the way. So people really like my style of being quite creative and unique in some sense. Yeah, we managed to do that, and he never regretted his decision. He learned so many skills. He now knows how to create content on LinkedIn, and I'm so happy for him, and we keep liking each other and resharing. So all of them made that mistake of not creating posts and not using their LinkedIn account at the beginning. Okay, all of them never had any personal brand on LinkedIn when I reach out to them or when they reach out to me. And that was a huge mistake. But after joining my coaching program, they doubled the amount of followers. They doubled the amount of connection. They tripled the number of visibility they had. And they had so many people reaching out to them as compared to all the jobs they have advertised, have sent their CV with no answer at all from any recruiters or any HR. So it makes so much sense, guys. Start building your LinkedIn profile, your brand on LinkedIn. It's so important. Now, let me ask you, would you choose a 10-year experience career at a single company, being a loyal employee, or a 10 years long working experience, but you've been working at 3 or 4 different companies, which means that out of 10 years, you change probably 3 or 4 times. What would you choose? Okay, maybe in the chat, if you want to jump on this question, would you prefer only one company where you stay for 10 years, or do you prefer 3 or 4 companies of 2 or 3 years each? And then where do you think that you will feel the more comfortable, or what would be your preference for your career? I don't know if you can use the chat, basically. Okay, 5 years per company. That's great, but I would say that's the maximum. I'm going to show you why after this. 5 years is great, but what I love is actually when you reach the 4 year, between 3 to 4 year mark, this is where you reach a plateau. So if you reach a plateau after this and you realize that the company don't count on you anymore, then this is the perfect time for you to explore something else. But if the company really like you, they value you, every 3 to 4, maybe 5 years sometimes, they can give you another opportunity internally. You can stay in the same company. But as long as you continue evolving, learning more, getting promotion, and having a higher salary, that makes a lot of sense for you if you are very happy to just stay put in your company. But that's very rare. I don't know if you guys know about the cost of inaction. Okay, sorry, here is there's the missing part here. My picture is blocking. But you will see that in the, I'm going to share with you the deck anyway. So on the email after this, you will see the rest of the information that is blocked by my picture right now. So here, what the message that I want to share with you is this one. If you don't move every 5 years, that's great for you. But if you don't move and if you stay in the same company and you really feel that the company doesn't count on you, but you want to stay in the company because you just want to get your salary or for the sake of being a loyal soldier or because you want a stable career, you are missing so many opportunities here. Okay, let's do this. This table is very interesting because we're going to compare the loyal with the job changer out of 5 different criteria: salary increase, skills development, network and influence, leadership styles, and exposure to a new work environment. So the first one, as a salary increase, if you are a loyal employee, every year you're probably going to get what? Maybe 5-7% of annual raise. I don't know if you guys manage to get more or if you usually get less, but as an average, I think it's probably that on the market right now. But if you are a job changer, every 5 years for you, or everybody who change every 2 or 3 years, they can easily get between 15 or 20 or 30% for the best of them. Okay, every 2 or 3 years. So imagine the amount of money that you get at the end of 10 years. You get way more money than someone who stay put as a loyal employee. Now, for the skills development, if you stay in the same company, in the same team, using the same software, the same systems, how do you think your skills are going to evolve, or what are the opportunities for you to learn new skills if you stay in the same company as compared to a job changer, someone who has been exploring 2 or 3 different companies with different, maybe this person has been exposed to the latest digital AI tools. Maybe now the person is using AI every day for the job. And you, as a comparison, if you are a loyal employee, maybe you're stuck in a company that doesn't trust AI, doesn't use AI, or maybe like a bank where you have so many restrictions and it's too political to approve new products. The IT probably look at the security and maybe the compliance, etc. So again, in terms of skills development and skills acquisition here, you probably feel the difference between you stay put in one company only when you are being exposed to other work where you have access to new technology that you can explore. Now, for the network and for the influence, if you stay within your same company, so obviously you're going to have a limited amount of people that you can network with. But if you change job every 2 or 3 years, you're going to meet new professionals, maybe dozens, maybe hundreds. You're going to have more network. You're going to build more reputation across the industry. So you're going to get recognized as an expert faster if you are changing to different companies when you build your network as compared to if you stay put into one company only with the same people that you can network with. Leadership-wise, it's quite interesting as well, because out of maybe 8 or 10 years, how many different managers have you got? Sometimes 1, sometimes 2 at the best, right? Maybe 3 if these people are not good and the company needs to have a higher turnover. But usually you get stuck with the same management style. And if you are not getting along well with your manager, chances are that now you don't look up him or her anymore. So you are stuck there, and unfortunately, you're not going to learn more in terms of leadership style. But as a comparison, if you work in different work environments, you're going to have different managers. You are going to be exposed to different style, maybe good, maybe bad, but at least it's all part of the experience and all part of the journey. The last one is the exposition to new environments. We talked about AI earlier, but if you are a loyal employee, you're probably just going to be exposed to one company, one product, one market, and that's about it. You're gonna explore. You're not gonna put yourself out in danger to learn more and to become a better professional. Rather than if you are a job changer every 3-4 years, you can change from B2B, B2C, SaaS, marketplaces, etc. You can definitely have more impact and shape different strategy, test new ideas, participate to some launch of new products. It's gonna be more boiling, more things that you're gonna do, rather than if you stay put at one single company only. So that's the cost of inaction, guys. I find it very interesting. I don't know if you saw that from a different perspective before, but I really believe that it's so valuable. If you have something to remember for the whole webinar today, I really feel like that's probably this slide. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not asking you to change and to become a job hopper, okay? I'm just saying that the sweet period of you exploring something new for yourself from a talent perspective, it's the window of the 3, 4, maybe 5 years. If you know that the company is betting on you, wants to reward you, wants to keep you, and they offer you promotion, salary increment, etc., stay in your company. You don't need to move. But if you got signals that the company don't count on you, but they put you in a corner, they don't give you, you're not feeling heard, you are not getting any new challenge or anything like that, don't wait. This is the best opportunity for you to start exploring something else outside of this company. So whether we are working together or not, what will be your plan B? Okay, if you can't expect to have different results if you don't adopt a different strategy or a different mindset, and that's exactly what I'm offering here. Okay, I'm offering you a unique perspective, something a bit more creative, more sales and more marketing driven, using LinkedIn, where you're going to build a brand and you're going to get more visibility. But by working together, we are not going to apply for any job online. We are going to build your CV, yes, because a CV is still the document to officialize the hiring process, but we are not going to do everybody else, okay? We're going to do something very different, and I guarantee you that within 90 days, you're going to be positioned as someone valuable that a recruiter or a hiring manager would want to discuss with. The more time you waste, the more money it costs for you, but also for your loved ones and for your families. Imagine if you take action now, in 90 days, you're going to be heard, respected, recognized, and offered new job opportunities without applying to a single job online. That's fantastic, right? And that's exactly what is living today. More than 300 people who are in my community as senior professionals who are way happier, way confident than ever. Guys, last call. Remember, 30% off and an amazing guarantee that will expire in about 7 days from now. We are the 6th of November. So by next week, Thursday or Friday at the latest, this offer will expire. So book your call now, scan it right now with the QR code. And remember, only the first 20 people will be able to embark in my program. I won't be able to get more people, unfortunately, right now. Next year, I will hope to fill more position, but looking forward to discuss with you guys. Great, Almeida Tagore, I saw that you book it, so that's really amazing. Looking forward to discussing with you. And I hope you guys will make the right choice, whether we work together or not. I really wish you all the best. Try different approaches, maybe try to speak with other career coaches to see if they have a different approach or different style compared to mine. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, if you want to continue coming into the webinar or even having a chat with me, no problem, you can book me on LinkedIn. I'm available there. That's about it for me today, and thank you so much for your attention. I wish you all the best, guys. Take care. Speak soon.